Then I had some friends, for example, they won't talk to you in a year or in 6 months, and then in a particular month, in August or in a certain month, they start calling you. That is when they do the renewal of the witchcraft they did to siphon your energy. And the time they decided that they wanted me dead and all of them work together, that's the time also they will stop calling you, or they will stop trying to get in contact with you. So when they come to realize that I didn't die from that attack, that major attack on my life with all those people from Togo and from the US, some of them try to get in touch with me. But anyway, I've already blocked them. I've already cut ties, and I didn't go back to them. Like, it was really over. And they were shocked. They didn't realize that because of the love I showed to them, they didn't realize that one day I can decide to cut ties with them. Even people from my past family, they didn't realize that. They were shocked that I was there, because they were telling everybody else that I was a bad person, but they knew that I was a loving. They knew that I was the most loving person they have never known in their entire existence. I was the most helpful person they have never known in their entire existence. Some people from my past family were going against me spiritually, but I was the one helping them financially. Those people went to witches and warlocks, asking them that any amount that I have in my hand, everything that is left for me in my hand to eat or to take care of myself, let that be theirs. So they were even going after the breadcrumbs that they left for me spiritually. They were going after that also. They didn't want me to have anything at all in life. They didn't want me to eat. They don't want me to exist. Let me disappear and let my life be theirs. You want my life, but you don't want to go through the process I went through. You want my life, but you don't want to do the work on yourself. How can you sustain it? And you notice that those people, it's not just you. I might be the one they did the worst things against, but they were and they are attacking other people. And that's why they are so shocked and they are so angry at me, because they did it to other people and those people died. They did it to other people and those people became shadow of themselves. So they don't understand why they are doing it to me even worse, and I'm still alive. Yeah, because I'm still alive, because God decided that I will be the trap He will place on your root. I will be the karma that you will experience for everything that you did and you are still doing to other people. And I'm surprised that you who say you are intelligent, more intelligent than anybody else, you are not able to recognize that. I'm very surprised, because you were attacking me for years, and you didn't take the chance to sit with yourself and think about the fact that maybe it's time to stop attacking me, because God was always by my side. Maybe you have to let me be, because my purpose is greater than yourself. It's greater than myself, because I understand that I came on earth to work for God. I don't belong to myself. I belong to God. And that is a Muslim interpretation of life. When you are Muslim, when you are a believer, even a Christian, you know that you don't belong to yourself, you belong to God. And you were sent on earth to do something. And you make sure you do that thing. So all those people left their own purpose in life to try to stop me from doing my purpose, to try to take my purpose from me. If you are so mighty, why don't you create a purpose for yourself? Because you say that after God is you. You say that you are the one who have to decide who lives or who dies. You say that you are the one who have to decide about other people's life. So if you are so mighty, why don't you create a purpose for yourself? If you are so mighty, why don't you have a child like me? If you are so mighty, why don't you create someone like me? And you want to be me, you want to have my behavior. You want to take it from me and paste it yourself. How do you sustain it with your own behavior without doing the inner work? You want to have the way I care for people. You want to take it from me and paste it on yourself. How do you sustain it if you don't do the inner work on yourself? That's why it's so important to do healing and to work on ourselves and to focus on yourself. Living your life, comparing your life to other people. You don't know what they are going through. Many of those people were angry because I was always happy. They did not realize that what I was going through, they have never been through it. And even people from the entire lineage have never been through it. No one. And how am I able to speak today of all that I have been through without emotions, without being sad? Just like it's just like a fact that I'm mentioning. It's just like an event that I'm storytelling. It's because of the inner work. And that inner work didn't start when I was sick. I am someone who looks at herself in the mirror and take time to work on my flaws because I understand that I'm not perfect. And my mission on this earth as a human being that God has created and as a Muslim is to work every day to become the best version of myself so that God, who has created me, becomes proud of me and blesses me. That's my concept of life. That's what I has always been doing, that inner work. I've always been doing. I'm still doing it because it's something that is continuous. It's still your death. And the healing is something also you have to do to heal from trauma because what you went through is traumatic. You can't just put it under the rug. If you just put it under the rug, it means that you will always be triggered. You will be triggered when you meet those people, or you'll be triggered when you remember the experience. And anytime you have a negative emotion, you're giving energy to those people. So you have to heal so that you pass those steps. You have to heal so that you don't have those negative emotions again. You don't become emotional when you discuss or you remember this trauma. Because you being emotional is like you still giving them your energy. You still giving them a cord is still linking you to them. And they can go through that cord and still siphon your energy or siphon something that is yours. I hope you learn from it, from my experience. I also want to discuss why I kept meeting those people on my path. I can say that from my past life, 90% of the people I met were this type of people. 90%. There are still 10% who are good people. Who have helped me even during my sickness, during this heavy period of my life, this dark period of my life. So the thing is, God was using me as a mirror. So anytime someone sees me, the way I speak, the way I interact with people, the way I talk, that person feel like there is a mirror that is shown to their face, and that is telling them who they are. And that is showing them their bad habits, like the bad side of them, their shadows. And many people don't like that. It's not my fault. God made me this way. So God was using me to show those people, like, see her, look at her. She's genuine. She made it in life by being genuine. She's responsible. She's kind, and it's genuine, it's not fake. She's caring, it's genuine, it's not fake. She believes in me, it's genuine, it's not fake. She has a good energy, it's genuine, it's not fake. She's living her life by focusing on herself. She didn't steal from someone. She didn't see someone's identity spiritually. She didn't see someone's energy. She's just living her life, being she, being her, in her authentic self. She's real. She's authentic. She's not fake. So many people, when they meet me, they see how authentic I am. They are triggered, especially people who are narcissistic and people who are karmic. They are triggered. And the demons are also triggered because there is too much light here. They want me to be dark. They want me to be like them. They want me to make that choice of darkness they made for themselves. They want me to be so angry by all those attacks so that I become bitter. So that I become someone who is like them, who is also attacking people. Someone who is like them, who treat people like they are not humans. So they are shocked to realize that whatever they did, I'm still that person that I was always. Even better, in the better version. I realized that as a good person, I was always giving. And God showed me and told me that because I'm a giving person, I have to make sure that I give to the right people. Not everybody deserve my giving. Same thing for my love. I have to make sure that I give my love to the right people who are deserving. Not everybody deserves it. And you know why am I still alive? Because God needs us, people like me, to be alive. Because in everything, there must be balance. If there is no balance, it crashes. In Islam, it is said, God has written that the day the last good person on earth will die, that day will be the end of the world. So meaning, if there are no longer good people on this earth, the world will crash. Satan also knows it. So I'm here today sharing my story as a testimony to the greatness of God, to thank him for all the things he has done, for all the protection he has kept me till I was born, till today, since the time I was born till today, and he's still doing it. I also want to thank all the healers and the conventional doctor who were involved and are still involved in my recovery, like my physical recovery from all those trauma. And I want to give thanks to all the good people I have met on my path. They know themselves. I don't have to say their names. They know themselves. They know how they have been good to me in their various and different ways. And I want you to share my story, to raise awareness among people. And I want you to stay with me on this podcast and do the healing. And to heal from your trauma. Do the inner work on yourselves. Work on yourself. Heal from the trauma you went through. Become that best version of yourself you need to become. Be that person. Become that person who doesn't have to kill people spiritually. Become that person who doesn't have to harm people to get ahead in life. You can become that person. It's not easy, but you can do it. Anyway, nothing is easy on earth. I don't think killing people spiritually is also easy. The case is me, like, see all those people, what they have been doing since 30 years, and I'm still alive. I don't think it has been easy for them to do all those things against me. On that, I want to thank you all for listening to my story. And I want to have you come to the next phase of this podcast, which should be the phase on healing. Thank you so much, and see you to the next episode of my podcast on the surviving witches and warlocks concerning traumatic experiences.